Hello everybody, nice to meet you. I'll read out of Numbers chapter 13. Let's read it together. The Lord said to Moses, "Send some men to explore the land of Canaan, which I am giving to the Israelites. From each ancestral tribe send one of its leaders." So at the Lord's command, Moses sent them out from the desert of Pharaoh. All of them were leaders of the Israelites. These are their names: from the tribe of Reuben, Shammua, son of Jacob; from the tribe of Simeon, Shabbat, son of Hori; from the tribe of Judah, Caleb, son of Jephunneh; from the tribe of Issachar, Igal, son of Joseph; from the tribe of Ephraim, Hosea, son of Nun; from the tribe of Benjamin, Phalti, son of Lephu; from the tribe of Zebulun, Gadiel, son of Sodi; from the tribe of Manasseh, a tribe of Joseph, Gadi, son of Susi; from the tribe of Dan, Amir, son of Jamali; from the tribe of Asher, Jesu, son of Mikael; from the tribe of Naphtali, Nahivi, son of Boshi; from the tribe of Gad, Jewel, son of Maki. These are the names of the men Moses sent to explore land. Moses gave Hosea, son of Nun, the name Joshua. When Moses sent them to explore Canaan, he said, "Go up through the Negev and on into hill country. See what the land is like, and whether the people who live there are strong or weak, few or many. What kind of land do they live in? Is it good or bad? What kind of towns do they live in? Are they unwalled or fortified? How is the soil? Is it fertile or poor? Are there trees on it or not? Do your best to bring back some of the fruits of the land." It was the season for the first live grapes. So they went up and explored the land from the desert of Sin as far as Luhov, toward Lebo Hamath. They went up through the Negev and came to Hebron, where Ayman, Sesai, and Talmai, the descendants of Anak, lived. Hebron has been built 7 years before Joan in Egypt. When they reached the valley of Eshcol, they cut off the branch bearing a single cluster of grapes. 2 of them carried on it a whole between them, along with some pomegranates and figs. That place was called the Valley of Eshcol because the cluster of grapes the Israelites cut off there. At the end of 40 days, they returned from exploring the land. They came back to Moses and Aaron and the whole Israelite community at the Kadesh in the desert of Paran. There they reported to them and to the whole assembly and showed them in fruits of the land. They gave Moses this account: "We went into the land to which you sent us, and it does flow with milk and honey. Here is its fruit. But the people who live there are powerful, and the cities are fortified and very large. We even saw descendants of Anak there." The Amalekites live in the Negev. The Hittites, Jebusites, and Amorites live in the hill country, and the Canaanites live near the sea and along the Jordan. Then Caleb silenced the people before Moses and said, "We should go up and take possession of the land, for we certainly do it." But the man who had gone up with him said, "We can attack those people. They are stronger than we are." And they spread among the Israelites a fact reported about the land they had explored. They said, the land we explored devours those living in it. All the people we saw there are of great size. We saw the Rephaim there. The descendants of Anak came from the Rephaim. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we looked the same to them. Numbers chapter 13, verses 1 through 33. Thank you. Hello everybody, nice to meet you. Our read of God, Numbers chapter 14. Let's read it together. That night, all the people of the community raised their voices and wept aloud. All the Israelites grumbled against Moses and Aaron, and the whole assembly said to them, if only we had died in Egypt or in this desert. Why is the Lord bringing us to this land only to let us fall by the sword? Our wives and children will be taken as plunder. Would it be better for us to go back to Egypt? And they said to each other, we should choose a leader and go back to Egypt. Then Moses and Aaron fell face down in front of the whole Israelite assembly gathered there. Joshua son of Nun of Caleb, son of Jephunneh, who were among those who had explored the land, tore their crosses, and said to the entire Israelite assembly, the land we passed through and explored is exceedingly good. If the Lord is pleased with us, we will lead us into the land, a land flowing with milk and honey, and will give it to us. Only do not rebel against the Lord, and do not be afraid of the people of the land, because we will swallow them up. Their protection is gone, but the Lord is with us. Do not be afraid of them. But the whole assembly talked about stoning them. Then the glory of the Lord appeared at the tent of meeting to all the Israelites. The Lord said to Moses, how long will these people treat me with contempt? How long will they refuse to believe in me? In spite of all the miraculous signs I have performed among them, I will strike them down with plague and destroy them, but I will make you into a nation greater and stronger than they. Moses said to the Lord, then the Egyptians will hear about it, by your power you brought these people up from among them. And they will tell inhabitants of this land about it. They have already heard that you, Lord, are with these people, and that you, Lord, have been seen face to face, that your cloud stays over them, and that you go before them in a pillar of cloud by day, a pillar of fire by night. If you put these people to death only at one time, the nation who have heard this report about you will say, the Lord was not able to bring these people into the land he promised them on earth, so he slaughtered them in the desert. Now may the Lord's strength be displayed just as you have declared. The Lord is slow to anger, abounding in love and forgiving sin and rebellion. He does not leave the guilty unpunished. He punished the children for the sin of the fathers to the third and fourth generation. In accordance with your great love, forgive the sin of these people, just as you have pardoned them from the time they left Egypt until now. The Lord replied, I have forgiven them as you asked. Nevertheless, as sure as I live, and as sure as the glory of the Lord fills the whole earth, Not one of the men who saw my glory and the miraculous signs I performed in Egypt and in the desert, but who disobeyed me and tested me 10 times. Not one of them will ever see the land I promised on earth to their forefathers. No one who has treated me with contempt will ever see it. But because my servant Caleb has a different spirit and followed me wholeheartedly, I will bring him into the land he went to, and his descendants will inherit it. Since the Amalekites and Canaanites are living in the valleys, turn back tomorrow and set out through the desert along the route to the Red Sea. The Lord said to Moses and Aaron, how long will this wicked community grumble against me? I have heard the complaint of this grumbling Israelite. So tell them, as surely as I live, declare the Lord, I will do to you the very things I heard you say. In this desert your bodies will fall. Every one of you 20 years old or more too was counted in this census, and he would grumbled against me. Not one of you will enter the land I swore with uplifted hand to make your home, except Caleb son of Jephunneh and Joshua son of Nun. As for your children that you said would be taken as plunder, I will bring them in to enjoy the land you have rejected. But you, your fathers, will pray in this desert. Your children will be shepherded here for 4 years, suffering for your unfaithfulness until the last of your fathers lies in the desert. For 4 years, 1 year for each of the 4 years you explore the land, you will suffer for your sins and know that it is like to have me against you. I, the Lord, have spoken, and I will surely do these things to this whole wicked community, which has handed together against me. They will meet there, and in this desert here they will die. So the man Moses has sent to explore the land, who returned and made the whole community grumble against him by spreading a bad report about it. This man, responsible for spreading the bad report about the land, was struck down and died for flaying before the Lord. Of the man who went to explore the land, only Joshua son of Nun and Caleb son of Jephunneh survived. Then Moses reported this to all the Israelites. They mourned bitterly. Early the next morning, they went up through the high Hilma country. We have sinned, they said. We all go up to the place the Lord promised. But Moses said, why are you disobeying the laws commanded? This will not succeed. Do not go up, because the Lord will be with you, and you will fight your enemies. For the Amalekites and Canaanites will face to there, because you have turned away from the Lord. He will not be with you, and you will fall by the sword. Nevertheless, in their presumption, they went up through the high hill country. Though leader Moses not to ark of the Lord's covenant moved from the camp. Then the Amalekites and Canaanites who were living in that hill country came down and attacked them and beat them down all the way to Hormah. Romans chapter 14, verses 1 through 45. Thank you. Hello everybody, nice to meet you. Our read of the God, Romans chapter 15, let's read it together. The Lord said to Moses, Speak to the Israelites and say to them, after you enter the land I am giving you as your home, and you present to the Lord offerings made by fire from the hallowed wood of clock as an aroma pleasing to the Lord, where burnt offerings were sacrifices, for special vows were free will offerings or festival offerings. And then the one who brings the offerings shall present to the Lord a grain offering over the tenth of an ephah of fire flour mixed with a quarter of a hin of oil. With each ram for the burnt offering or the sacrifice, prepare a quarter of a hin of wine as a drink offering. With the ram, prepare a grain offering over 2/10 of an ephah of fire flakes mixed with a third of a hin of oil, and a third of a hin of wine as a drink offering, offering as an aroma placed road. When you prepare young bull as a burnt offering or sacrifice, for a special bowl or a fellowship offerings to the Lord, bring with bull a grain offering of the 3/10 of all ephah of fine flour mixed with half a hin of oil. Also bring half a hin of wine as a drink offering. It will be an offering made by fire, an aroma placed to the Lord. Which bull or ram, each ram or young goat is to be prepared in this manner. Do this for each one, for as many as you prepare. Everyone who is native born must do these things in this way when he brings an offering made by fire as an aroma placed to the Lord. For this generation to come, whenever an alien or anyone else living among you present an offering made by fire as an aroma placed to the Lord, he must do exactly as you do. The community is to have the same rules for you and for the alien living among you. This is an lasting ordinance for the generation to come. You and aliens shall be the same before the Lord. The same laws and regulations will apply both to you and to the alien living among you. The Lord said to Moses, "Speak to the Israelites and say to them, when you enter the land to which I am taking you, and you eat the fruit of the land, present a portion as an offering to the Lord. Present a cake from the first of your round meal and present it as an offering from the threshing flour. Throughout the generation to come, you are to give this offering to the Lord from the first of your round meal. Now, if you intentionally fail to keep any of these commands the Lord gave Moses, any of the Lord's commands to you through him, from the day the Lord gave them and continuing through the generation to come, and if it is done unintentionally without the community being aware of it, then the whole community is to offer a young bull for a burnt offering as an aroma offering to the Lord, along with its prescribed grain offering and drink offering and a male goat for sin offering. The first is to make atonement for the whole Israelite community, and they will be forgiven, for it was not intentional, and they have brought to the Lord for their wrong an offering made by fire as a sin offering. The whole Israelite community and alien living among them will be forgiven, because all the people were involved in the unintentional wrong. But if just one first sins unintentionally, he must bring a year-old female goat for sin offering. The first is to make atonement before the Lord for the one who erred by sinning unintentionally, and when atonement has been made for him, he will be forgiven. One and the same rule applies to everyone who sins unintentionally, whether he is native born Israelite or an alien. But anyone who sins defiantly where a native born or alien blasphemed the Lord, and that person must be cut from his people. Because he has despised the Lord's word and broken his command, that person must surely be cut off. His guilt remains on him. While the Israelites were in the desert, a man was found gathering wood on the Sabbath day. Those who found him gathering wood brought him to Moses and Aaron and the whole assembly. And they kept him in custody, because it was not clear what should be done to him. Then the Lord said to Moses, "The man must die. The whole assembly must stone him outside the camp." So the assembly took him outside the camp and stoned him to death, as the Lord commanded Moses. The Lord said to Moses, "Speak to the Israelites and say to them, throughout the generation to come you are to make tassels on the corners of your garments, with the blue cord on each tassel. You will have this tassel to look at, and so you will remember all the commands of the Lord, that you may obey them and not frustrate yourselves by going after the lust of your own heart and eyes. Then you will remember to obey all my commands and will be consecrated to your God. I'm the Lord your God. He brought you out of Egypt to be your God. I'm the Lord your God." Numbers chapter 15, verses 1 through 41. Thank you.